SEC Super Saturday coverage powered by King's Daughters Medical Center, providing quality health and wellness in a Christian environment.
William Faulkner once said, to understand the world, you must first understand a place like Mississippi.
An experience you can't even imagine until you're actually here.
And understanding Mississippi means understanding football.
Just the student section it roars.
From the very beginning, there's been the red and the blue, colors that represent over a century of proud football history.
What don't I love about Ole Miss?
A history with 6 conference titles and 3 national championships, built with players who include 54 first-team All-Americans and squads who have sent nearly 300 players to the professional ranks.
35-21, Ole Miss, guaranteed.
And no one can handle us. Hotty toddy.
Hotty toddy.
Bring on those cowboy boots. We've got cowboy boots just like they do.
And now the red and blue are on the move. The boys are on the road from their home in Oxford, Mississippi to Austin's Texas Memorial Stadium for another chance to bring down the Texas Longhorns.
So we're going to head over to their house. We're just going to show them who's boss.
The passion, the talent, the pride. This is Mississippi football at its best. These are your Ole Miss Rebels.
They're not ready for this hotty-toddy nation, man.
Live from Austin, Texas, this is News Channel 12.
Good morning and welcome to Austin, Texas for SEC Super Saturday. We're live on the campus of the University of Texas, counting you down to kickoff as the Ole Miss Rebels get set to take on the Longhorns tonight. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. Of course, this is the kickoff
to
the SEC Super Saturday.
Yes, it is. We're here right outside. We're right here in Austin, on the campus, University of Texas. We got a big day of games ahead of us. We got Ken South and Mallory Poland joining us in a little bit. But we'll take a look at what's on tap here on News Channel 12 today on SEC Super Saturday. We'll start with Southern Miss at Arkansas in just over an hour at 11:21. The Golden Eagles haven't won a game in 2 years. They've seen some good things on both sides of the ball so far this year, but the bad is definitely outweighing the good right now. USM's new quarterback, Alan Bridgeford, is averaging just under 300 yards per game passing, but mistakes, 6 interceptions have been a culprit. On the other side of the ball, Arkansas is 2-0 early on the year. And how about that big showdown between top-ranked Alabama and 6th-ranked Texas A&M? Last year, Johnny Manziel and the Aggies went to Tuscaloosa and handed the Tide its only loss of the season. This time, the game is in College Station. Manziel's putting up big numbers early on. Alabama cruised to a victory in Week 1. They were off last week, giving them 2 weeks to figure out how to stop Manziel and contain that offense. And, of course, the reason we're here, the big reason, Ole Miss and Texas, the Rebels enter at 2-0 on this young season with wins over Vanderbilt and Southeast Missouri State. Texas is 1-1, having lost last week to BYU. They'll also be without starting quarterback David Ash and star running back wide receiver Dejae Johnson to injury. So when you look at the pieces so far, you kind of have to figure maybe Ole Miss has some momentum going into this one. Texas a little reeling right now.
Absolutely.
But it's still going to be a great game. There's no easy road game in college football. Here's what both teams are saying before we start this one tonight at 7.
I had a little intro.
It's a tale of 2 teams going in opposite directions. Ole Miss 2-0 and on a 4-game winning streak dating back to last year. Texas is in disarray. Last week, it gave up the most rushing yards in school history to BYU and fired its defensive coordinator, Manny Diaz, as a result.
The decision to change defensive coordinators was based on our lack of ability to stop the run. We had that problem at times last year. I thought we had straightened that out at the end of last season, but Saturday night was unacceptable. But the Rebels have some bad memories of this Texas team. Ole Miss gave up 66 points and over 600 yards in last year's loss in Oxford.
I think they'll respond and feel confident that we don't have to remind them, particularly defensively, of what occurred last year.
We beat Ole Miss pretty bad last year, so they're going to come out here and try to do the same thing to us. And with the performance that we had last week, they're going to feel like we're vulnerable, but we can be. But Rebels head coach Hugh Freeze won't let the advantage that appears to be tipping in his team's favor to weigh on their minds.
And we certainly are deeper at some spots. mentally, I do think we're further along. I feel confident that we're better prepared. Does that mean the results will follow? I don't know.
Even though it is early in the season, this is an important game. This is a big game for both these teams.
That's right. I mean, you got Ole Miss trying to go to 3-0. They got Alabama in 2 weeks. That'd be some huge momentum when they have to go to Tuscaloosa in 2 weeks. And then Texas, if they lose this game, goodness gracious, I think Longhorn Nation might fall apart.
I tell you, after talking with some of them, they're really disappointed in that last week's play. So they're hoping Texas will rebound big time.
Should be a good one. All right, let's. We got Mississippi State also on tap tonight. They start at 6 o'clock tonight. Let's take a look at their game with Auburn. Last year, the Bulldogs handled the Tigers in Starkville. But this isn't the same Auburn team. They're 2-0 early on, while Mississippi State is 1-1. According to a Clarion Ledger report, quarterback Tyler Russell has been cleared to play 2 weeks after suffering a concussion, but they don't know if he'll actually start right now. In the Bulldogs' Week 1 game with Oklahoma State, that's when he suffered the injury. And once again, that game starts at 6.
All right, and a reminder for everyone watching. Now, we are streaming today's live show on our website. That's WJTV.com, and on our WJTV mobile app, which of course you can download for free. I also want to tell you, be sure to watch the halftime of the 3 games that we're showing today on WJTV.com. You will have a chance to win. Now, this is online only. You'll have a chance to win a flat screen smart TV, and we'll have a code word that will allow you to know that code word and put you in the entry for this flat screen TV. Again, this is on WJTV.com during our halftime of each of our shows. Now, let's send it over to Ken South, who's somewhere in the stadium for a look at the weather. Ken.
Thank you, Melanie. That's right. I am inside the stadium overlooking the field where Ole Miss and Texas will be playing at 7 o'clock tonight. Really excited about that. Now, I know a lot of you people watching at home either have people here in Austin, or you may be in Austin watching our live streaming on your cell phone. Well, I want to let you know what the weather is going to be like in both locations. So let's go ahead and take a look at your forecast now. From Jackson over to Austin. In Jackson, we're actually going to see fantastic weather today because of that cold front that moved through last night. We'll zoom out just a little bit and show you that we do have some clouds between the 2 locations, but mostly southeast of Austin, right around the Houston area. We'll zoom into Austin, and it is clear as a bell. I can vouch for that. Sunny blue skies is what we're seeing right now at Texas Memorial Stadium. Here's a look at Live Eye, and it is all clear from San Antonio covering the Austin area. Temperatures around central Texas are in the lower to mid 80s right now. So let's check out your game day forecast. It's going to be hot later today with that sunshine for tailgating at 4 o'clock, 96 degrees. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock, 89 degrees. At halftime, we're going to be at about 83 at 8:30, and then post-game right around 10 o'clock, we're looking at temperatures falling back into the upper 70s. So we're going to have more about Mississippi's weather a little bit later in the show, but to get that anytime, you can download the WJTV weather app for your smartphone at the App Store for free. Melanie, TJ, back to you.
Thank you very much, Ken. So you have seen how Ole Miss is preparing for the Texas game. You've gotten your weather forecast. Now it's time to see how the fans are getting ready for this game.
Yeah, it may be bright and early here in Texas, and the game may not start until 7, but they're already out and getting ready for this game out in full force. Mallory Pullen caught up with some Longhorn fans. Here's what she found.
Hi guys, I'm here right in the middle of Longhorn tailgating country. It's a sea of burnt orange. Right now, they are getting ready for tailgating. Hook 'em horns. What's your name?
I'm Larry.
Hey Larry. So I see you're getting ready for tailgating. What all are you going to be cooking today?
We are cooking beef short ribs, goat, and bacon-wrapped scallops.
Now are these Texas favorites?
This is Texas' favorite. If you come to Texas, you will find beef short ribs.
All right, and so what are you looking forward most to the game? Is it this right here, tailgating?
Tailgate's always a big thing, but we look forward to the game as well, and looking forward to hopefully a big win tonight. So, hook 'em horns.
All right, thank you so much. And we will have more coming up, tailgating. We haven't found any Ole Miss fans yet. I'm still looking for them, but we'll hear from them later on. Back to you guys.
They're not a silent group, that's for sure,
No,
Mallory. All right, thank you very much. Well, now there's plenty more ahead as we count you down to kickoff between the Ole Miss Rebels and the Texas Longhorns here in beautiful Austin, Texas.
That's right. The sun is shining bright. It's definitely warm. Tailgating is starting to get in full swing. We're less than an hour away from our first game of the day right here on News Channel 12. We're back in 2 minutes live from Austin, Texas as SEC Super Saturday continues.